Evening, guys. I just wanted to do a quick update on the big rig group build. I know I only put something up a few days back, but I'm getting ready to button the cab up here to do some final painting. So I just wanted to show the interior first, or the very limited interior. So because it's a work truck, I went with just plain grey interior, black vinyl type seats. I only have one coat of paint on the seats yet. I need to give them a second coat. Once that's done, I'll close off the windows and temporarily attach the front to the cab, covering the roof, and then do the painting. The roof has been primed, as well as the front. It's been primed. So once it's all together, the size of the model, you're not going to be able to see inside. So I just thought I'd show you the inside first before I go ahead and button it up. The other thing, I started work on the piping. Just had the base coat on here yet. Some detail painting need to do on that. As well, have the ladder painted. It goes on the back of the trailer. And I also have this piping. I think this is the air lines for the trailer. So I have that painted as well. I need some detail painting as well. The other thing I've started is I started doing the decals for the tank. I painted the top of it silver. I don't know to what degree, if any, weathering I'm going to do on here yet. But as you can see, I started putting the decals on. Those are the only ones I have on yet. But that's one other thing I wanted to talk about were the decals. So as an example, this gasoline company that I'm using here, it's such a small, obscure company that the likelihood of finding actual decals for that kit are slim to none, I would think. I couldn't find any anyways. So the only option you're left with, or two options, you can get somebody to custom make the decals for you, which can be very expensive, as you can imagine. Or, of course, like some of us do, you can make your own. And even with that, you have basically two options to make your own. You can use Inkjet printer and inkjet paper, or you can use a laser. So about a year or so ago, I purchased a laser printer, and when I had that, I decided to try using a laser printer to make decals. I saw some videos and read some articles and stuff online where people were saying that you could use inkjet decal paper in a laser printer, but I decided to buy actual paper designed for a laser. Could be the same paper, I don't know, but so this is the one that I bought. Rolurius, I think something. It's some weird name there. I got this from Australia. The reason was, at the time, it was the cheapest decal paper I could find that was specifically for a laser printer. So I bought some clear and some white paper. In actual fact, it's really good paper. It's really thin. You can see here, you really can't see unless you get the light in the right direction, you really can't see the film, the paper itself. So it's really nice and thin, lays down really good. Goes around curves really well. But the one thing I wanted to talk about was the inkjet versus the laser. So like I said, I used to use the inkjet to do it. The one downfall, or the one major downfall of the inkjet, is that the ink is not waterproof, whereas a laser printer uses dry toner, basically a powder, so it is already waterproof. But as well, you get better. I find the print quality is better. The images are sharper, and the color is much better than I could get with an inkjet. But like I said, the biggest plus is that the toner is waterproof, so you don't have to coat the decals. You can just print them from the printer, cut them out, dip them in water, and put them on your model. And I've been using Microset and Microsol for the decals, and it has no effect on the images or the toner either. I haven't tried the more aggressive ones like the Solvaset, which is probably one of the more stronger ones, and I haven't tried this MarkFit Strong either. But so far the microscale stuff has been working really good, so if it's not broke, why fix it? So the other thing that I found out just recently is you can now get white toner, which means you can print white decals on clear decal film if you want to do tire decals or anything like that, which of course has always been one of the major downfalls of doing your own decals, is you couldn't print white. You basically had to get somebody with an Alps printer to do your decals, which is very expensive. But now it's the option. You can get white toner for a laser printer as well. Now that being said, the white toner itself is very expensive. More expensive than I'm willing to spend on making decals. I don't make enough decals to justify the price of the white toner. Hopefully as time goes on it'll go down in price maybe, but right now it's not worth, to me anyways, it's not worth buying the white toner. The one downside, well, it can be an advantage, but the one downside is using a laser. You can see this decal here. The image is very delicate. It's very easy to scratch. You can just use your nail. See there? You just use your nail, you scratch it right away. So you do have to be careful. Now, as I said, you could use that as an advantage. If you wanted to have a decal that looked like it was weathered and ripped and torn and you could see the colors in behind it, then this is ideal, right? If you want to use an old battered sign or whatever, you can do it that way. But if you do want pristine decals like this one, you do have to be careful when you're handling those. Doing a clear coat may solve that problem, I don't know. But like I said, to me that's one of the big advantages, is not having to do any clear coat. Just print them and apply them and be done with it. So anyways guys, that's enough of my rambling here. Hopefully the next video on this big rig it'll be finished. Yeah, as always guys, thanks for watching and hope you stay tuned.